Looks like we're rocking the pre-show.
Pre-show time.
Pre-show time.
It gives us a chance to get our stuff together here, right? And
Yes,
interact with the chat.
we need to get all of our ducks in a row before
Kidding.
we get too heavy into this.
And
But
we can talk to the early birds.
yeah, we can always talk to the chat. How's everyone in the chat doing? Silver King Stacking, Quicksilver, Mike B, Josh Bell is here. How are you doing, Yankee?
I am doing fantabulous. Really enjoying the fall. It's beautiful here. How's it out there? On the other side of the country.
It's much of the same. We have a few trees in our front yard, and we got red leaves, we got orange leaves, yellow leaves, and it's gorgeous. So all the colors of the fall, yes.
Yes. I think that's something we share, actually, from the latitude we're in.
And cold.
Oh, and cold, right. And exactly. Hey, did you see Silver Fortune? Looks like Matt's in the house.
Oh, Silver Fortune, what's up? Welcome to the pre-show.
Sweet.
We're not even in the show, but we have 60 people here. Wow.
Wow.
And we are going to be doing a giveaway tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder.
It's a good one.
It is a good one. It's the new Kookaburra.
We specifically requested this or selected this, didn't we?
Yeah. So I was talking, Jake here at Bullion, not State Farm, and I'm like, dude, we gotta give away that Kookaburra, or I should say, Kookaburra.
Don't.
That's how they say it.
I know.
Down under.
Kinda.
Kookaburra.
Yeah.
Good
try.
Yeah. So anyway, it's 4.9's fine. I actually like the design this year, the 2022 design. It's very, very nice.
The bird's bigger, right?
Yeah. It takes up pretty much the whole diameter.
And I like the text around the edge. It's Kookaburra.
Yep.
Love that.
Yeah, very, very strong design this year. Josh Bell says, my birthday is in 4 hours.
Wow.
Lowrider, my Morgans shipped out today, but I don't have them in hand.
Your Morgan shipped?
Just the D mint mark, the Denver mint mark shipped out.
Man, I don't know if I got the D. I think I just got, what were the first two? O
and CC. Those have not shipped.
Yeah, those are the ones
Yeah, I don't know.
Guess, yeah.
And they didn't even charge me for all of them. There's 2 of them that are still back ordered. All the rest of them went through so far. So I don't know if other people are in the same house with the Morgan dollars, but I have of the how many releases? 7 total? No, 6. Was it 6 releases?
1, 2, 3, 4,
5 Morgans
6.
and the piece.
Oh,
right?
the piece. Yes. I'm sorry. Yep.
So regardless, they all went through except for 2 of them are on back order still. So probably today tomorrow probably they'll go through. Anyway, are you excited for the topic tonight, Yankee?
Especially excited about this one. This one hits close to home for me.
Because you're a real prepper. I mean, you got all the stuffs.
I do my best. I don't think I'm ever going to reach a full prepper status. I mean, it's just a constant, how can I do this better? How can I be more prepared? But yeah, I mean, I've got food for a year and, water, unlimited. I basically out back in the well and other areas I can do. So water, food, shelter, power, personal protection, supplies. But the supplies and also being able to grow my own food, sprouts, and things that I'm working on. So,
gotcha. Sweet. Well, we got about 20 seconds here, and we'll get things kicked off. Sammy Farr is here. What's up, Sammy Farr?
Hey, Sammy Farr. Saw you just a little bit ago in the auction. Awesome.
Brent's Change is here. Crypto Pimp, Lumberjack, Old Man Jenkins. A lot of people here. Let's kick it off, shall we?
All right, let's go.
All right. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Silver Pros, episode 14. 14. My goodness. It's Yankee Stacking is here with me, and yeah, we're gonna have a fun night, right, Yankee?
Oh, this is going to be fun. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, so the topic is a really good one. Best type of silver for bartering in SHTF, and we're gonna get to that in a little bit. But we got to talk about this giveaway, don't we?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Should I show it?
Please do.
All right.
I think it's one of the best designs so far. I don't know. Maybe people in the chat will disagree with me, but I like it a lot.
Yeah, there it is. So, 2022,
that's
1 ounce, 4/9 fine silver kookaburra.
It has a modern feel to it. So I don't know. Maybe I like it a lot. What do the people in the chat think?
I'm assuming most people. I think it's better than the one last year, which was kind of like on the tin roof or whatever.
Yes, I didn't like that at all.
Oh man. Yeah, this is definitely a step up. I think the one a couple of years back was, or 2018. I think is still my favorite. The one it's like in flight, but
yes. Matt Silverforge, that is probably the only thing I'm going to have to kind of let grow on me. It's the underline. I love the font. I love the way they put kookaburra, and I like the size of the bird. It just is it's really cool.
Yeah, so if you don't know, well, this is Hero Bullion's website, and the stream tonight is sponsored by Hero Bullion, of course, and we'll be giving one of these away for free to a lucky person in the chat, and we're going to save the giveaway, though. We don't want to open with a well, we could maybe give away a sticker or something.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. We could do a quick giveaway of a sticker.
Well, let's ask the chat. Do you guys want to do
they probably don't want a
sticker giveaway? What do you guys think? It's going to be the Silver Pros stickers. So we'll see what they say. If they don't want to do it, that's okay.
I think they want a sticker. Sure we do. Sure. Yes. Of course, Ray is saying it's rigged.
It's already rigged.
The moment we went live, right?
Yes. Of course, the giveaways are always rigged. But we do them a little bit differently in these streams. So if you want to enter the giveaway, you have to type something into the chat. You got to say hi. Yeah. Because we're going to spin the wheel. It's not like pick a number. So it's a little bit harder to rig these giveaways, I suppose.
It really is, but it won't stop people from saying it, I'm sure. It's all in good fun.
These are the rigged stickers that I give away on my streams. Anyway, so all yeah. Right, so go ahead and type something in the chat. We'll give away a free sticker as we get kicked off here.
Right. I'm going to do the wheel of names.
Wonderful.
You can.
Looks like
I guess you could see it. Yeah, it's in the circle, but you could see it. Yeah. All right, we'll give him a few more seconds. How's that?
Yeah. We're only 3 minutes in. We're just getting started here. By the way, make sure you smash that thumbs up. It gives you, I believe it gives you better luck on the giveaway. Not 100%.
Absolutely. And a free ounce, I heard, eventually.
If you hit enough thumbs ups, you get a free ounce of silver? Wow.
It takes a lot of thumbs up, bro.
You got to destroy the thumbs up for that.
Yep. All right, let's select all. Oops, wait a minute.
Crypto Pimp says, I need a sticker. Yeah, the only way to get these stickers, the Silver Pros ones, is to win them. That's the only way.
It is not letting me select all. Hold on. This is the first time I've done the tab share, so hold on and see if I can. I might have to break out of this to collect everybody's names.
Well, we'll let Yankee's the wheel of randomness master.
Guru.
But yes. We'll let him get it figured out here.
Yep.
The sticker is going to be ungraded, T.O. Lido. But if you want to send it into PCGS and get it capsulated and everything, or possibly NGC, I think, because they have to be similar to like the comic book grading or something. No auctions tonight, JC Groves. This is Silver Pros, so we're gonna have fun talking about silver. You know, we could save the sticker giveaway, Yankee. It's no big deal.
Oh, I know, but it's just because you're hosting, and I don't think we've done it quite the same way before. But give me about 10 more seconds. I think I got it.
It will be an uncirculated sticker, Matt, and Lowrider. I don't know if it's going to come back MS70. I believe this one has a slight crease in it, so it's probably going to get an MS69 on that if you send it in for grading. But oh my goodness.
Let's try.
How do you win the sticker? Well, you just chat.
Yeah, actually, you wait until Yankee gets it together. For some reason, I can't select all the names out of participants. I can highlight them all, but the moment I go to copy them, it goes away. Stop it.
At least,
I got it.
At least we're figuring it out before we give away the silver.
I know, right? But it was a little bit of a challenge there. So yeah, let me share the tab again. The spinner. All right, here we go. Wow. Oh,
there we go. Now we got 115 people here now. I think they're ready. They're excited. Big Red Bullion, I'm doing great. Very excited for the stream tonight. I'm very excited for this topic. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about. Spin it away, Yankee.
Sorry for the delay, guys.
It built the anticipation.
I know, right? Yeah, that's exactly what they were waiting for. Ray Bar. No.
Wow.
All right. We'll just spin. Ooh, magic. Oh yeah.
Wow. Okay. Magic banding. Congratulations. It's gonna be you're the winner of a free sticker. So go ahead and email me, silverdragons47@gmail.com, and I'll get that sent off to you.
Sweet.
Yes,
all right.
It is rigged. It passed up Raybar.
Way to go.
So, me and Yankee, we're going to talk about this topic here. Mm-hmm. And if you have any questions, or if you want to chat with us, you're going to have to save your questions for a little bit later in the stream, okay? So that's how we do it. We will take questions after this main part of the stream.
Right.
And we'll be happy to talk with you guys. And then we will do the giveaway at the end. So if you want to stick around and try and win a free silver kookaburra, then that would be great. Anything you want to add to that, Yankee?
No, let's go.
All right. Let me see if I can get the intro going here. Welcome to Silver Pros, sponsored by Hero Bullion. I'm your host, Silver Dragons, and I'm joined by my co-host, Yankee Stacking. How are you doing, Yankee?
Doing great, SD. Great to be with you.
Absolutely. And tonight's a great night because we're going to be talking about what type of silver is the best for SHTF or bartering with. Now, Yankee, can you explain to people what is SHTF?
Okay, well, I'm going to use a euphemism for this acronym. It means when stuff hits the fan.
Okay.
When things go really bad, the economy goes sideways. We lose the reserve currency status of our dollar. Dollar becomes practically worthless due to hyperinflation. There is panic. There is social unrest. There is empty shelves in the grocery store. There is basically a crisis that turns into a collapse.
Sure.
It's bad. It's not something I'm hoping or wishing for at all.
Yeah, and speaking of hyperinflation in Venezuela, they're seeing something similar to that. And there actually was a news article recently. I'll go ahead and pull this up. Do you want to talk about this, Yankee?
Yeah, this dropped yesterday. Hat tip to Samifar, by the way, for sending this to me. It's pretty amazing. It's Venezuela breaking off flakes of gold to pay for meals, haircuts. We often hear, well, you can't eat gold and silver. Well, in this case, they're bartering for it. They don't want the bolivar. It's worthless. And at the very end of the article, it's fascinating to see somebody clipping off the gold And it says, to the uninitiated outsider, this sounds wild. How can authenticity, yeah, and weight possibly be determined with a mere glance from someone untrained in the ways of mineralogy? But gold people say, well, you just feel it. You get a feel for it.
Right.
And people are using it for all kinds of things, and it's spreading too. It's right now primarily in, I think, the southern part of Venezuela, but it's expanding to nearby cities. It's growing. They don't want the dollar. In fact, one little side note at the very end, it says the owner of a small hotel in town says he pays his staff with gold using the flakes he is handed by the customers that he has. About 2/3 of his customers, 2/3, are paying with gold. He'll take the dollars because he has to, but he gets rid of them quick. So that is just sort of like a microcosm of what could happen. Remember now, they're not the reserve currency of the world.
Right.
Okay, they're just a country that was doing phenomenally well years ago, but went all in on socialism, and their oil couldn't save them, and now they're really struggling. If we ever have a collapse due to a whole host of possibilities, I know this is hard for people to wrap their minds around, but we could be in a similar circumstance.
And it is interesting, too, that they're using gold, and they're having to have such small fractional pieces of gold, literally flakes of gold, to barter with, when you could be using something like silver, because silver, obviously, the value is significantly less than gold. Well, if you look at the ratio right now, it's around 72 to 1. And so it's much easier to barter with silver, which is basically what we're talking about today.
Right. It's less dense in terms of its value, right? So you can have fractional gold and try to barter with this. A full ounce, that's a tough thing to do. Even this might be challenging in terms of, it would have to be a higher denomination barter, something really big. But when it comes to silver, I think the flexibility is so much better. By the way, in Venezuela, just for context here, SD, they went off the gold standard back in 1930. They took out the silver from their coinage in 1936.
Wow.
It's like that's roughly 30 years before we did. So there's a lot less silver coinage in circulation down there in Venezuela. Or they just didn't have as much silver as we did, right? We minted a pile of it. So, yeah, some of it's been melted down. But we here in the United States, I think, would really be able to leverage the flexibility of silver in this kind of scenario.
Right. And if you're doing smaller barters, then obviously you could get a lot more fractional with something like a silver dime. Which is what we'll be talking about. So
quarters,
I want to ask you here, Yankee, out the gate, and I'll answer this too. Have you ever bartered with silver before yourself? Have you ever done it?
I attempted to. I did. A couple years ago, I even did a video on it. I tried to buy a pound of coffee with an American Silver Eagle. I videoed it. I went in. Now, these people behind the counter had no clue what this was, and I didn't know them. So they were strangers, okay, and not up to snuff on what silver in gold are. So it didn't go well. They said, no, sorry, even though I think it was worth more than the coffee, but whatever. That's really been the only time I have tried doing it, because I really don't want to barter my silver away. That was just a social experiment.
And at the time, obviously, we weren't in SHTF. The world was not ending. So,
yes.
Well, I'll say for me, yes, I have bartered with silver before. I've actually done it a few times. And some of the types of silver that I bartered with are what I would recommend for anyone to barter with. And we are going to cover the best types and the worst types as well. But I'll just say...
Yeah, tell me what those barters were.
Yeah, so one of my barters I did was with a local turkey farmer. And he was happy to accept silver. And so we were able to come to a valuation. And the way that we actually decided on the price of the silver was based on market value. So it wasn't spot price. It was, what is the going rate for this silver? What is the stack price, if you will? So there was a premium attached to it. And I think that's really important for people to understand, is that when you barter with your silver, you're not really looking at the spot price at all. You're looking for the actual value of the silver. And that is where we find what silver is worth, right? What people are willing to accept for it.
That is so important. In this scenario, the paper price of silver, spot price, won't matter nearly as much.
Right. And then the other time was actually last year when everything was shutting down. It was all crazy, and I needed to get some more ammo, but the shelves were empty. And so I actually did a barter with a friend, so someone that I knew, silver for ammo, and I think that was a good barter. So anyway,
that's fantastic. But,
yeah,
you bring up some good points there. First of all, they understood the value of it, right?
Right.
Yep. And they weren't total strangers either, right?
Right, and I was giving them recognizable stuff, like for the turkey, we ended up doing eagles. For the ammo, we ended up doing junk silver. So that's kind of the bread and butter there. But let's talk about what the worst items would be for barter, because I think once we cover the worst, then the best items will kind of fall into place, right? So what's off the top of your head, Yankee? What would be terrible?
Oh, maybe not the worst, but I would say, numismatic coins, like rare dates or slabbed, maybe even semi-numismatic, anything graded. Because quite frankly, after an SHTF, I think a lot of them are going to get cracked out of the plastic, dude.
Right. Yeah. Anything collectible, all the semi-numies, they're going to be worth the same as a generic buffalo, in my opinion.
Right.
So if you're using them for barter, I mean, you can kiss that crazy premium goodbye. Let's say you paid, 100% over the spot price. Let's say spot was $25, you paid $50 for a collectible semi-numi, and now the going rate for silver is, let's just say, $40. A buffalo will be worth $40 for barter, as well as that semi-numi piece. At least in my opinion. Wouldn't you agree?
I think you're right. I think the premiums get destroyed in this type of scenario. What else? What else is probably not good?
Silver shot. That has got to, dude.
It's
got to be the worst, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's there.
It's unlabeled for one. It's unlabeled.
Look at that.
It's super fractional, right? You can get little pieces of it or whatever. But the problem is, who can test this stuff? Who's going to be able to do, fire assay test? This isn't going to work with your traditional testing methods. And the other thing, too, is even if you've dealt with shot before, it's kind of hard to tell the difference between sterling silver shot and 3/9's fine silver shot. People have made that mistake in the past.
To you, I think, right? Didn't you run into that in the past?
I haven't made that mistake myself.
Not you. I didn't mean to imply that.
No. I have come across other pourers who have made that mistake, and it was very quickly corrected. But
and a little embarrassing, but that was a mistake. I mean, in the SHTF, you really do need to be able to test it and know quickly, and that's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, so
I wouldn't want shot.
I would say even poured silver is probably not the best for SHTF. I mean, it's fun.
This is from a pourer, guys. All right.
No, it's incredibly fun. It's great to collect, just like your Numies. It's just a different type of collectible. But this would not be good to barter with. I mean, for number one, people are going to have a hard time trusting it. But also, they come in weird weights. This one here is
that's true.
4.7.
Yep.
And so it's just not going
to be fair. To be fair, some people would take it. Those who are able to test it, weigh it, do all kinds of not a ping test, but you could do the specific gravity test. Thank you.
No, I would take it in a heartbeat. But
there you go.
Vast majority of people, they're not going to touch it.
Nope.
One other thing too, I got to bring this up just because I want to show it off. But the big bars.
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes,
the
guys.
big boys. Come on, your 100 ounces.
Oh, dude,
that is not going to be good. Because think about the value of it. What are you going to barter for? A car?
Okay. Let me just challenge it a little bit. Not all bars are created equal. Some, like a Johnson Matthey or an Engelhard, might eventually be okay to barter, especially if it's smaller.
Sure.
But when it's that big, you're running into the challenge with gold, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I
there.
could get a few pack mules with it, or something like that. But yeah, so that's not going to be the best. Anything else you can think of, Yankee, as far as
for bad
for bartering? Yeah.
Just any kind of unlabeled silver. Right.
Yeah. No.
Yep.
Absolutely. Blanks, planchets, stuff like that. It's not going to be good. People want to have that label on there. They want to know that it says 3/9's fine, etc.
Right.
I think the one exception would be junk silver. Doesn't say it's silver, but people will really quickly figure out what it is. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, so that's labeled though. It might not be, tell you exactly how much silver is in it, but it has a hallmark, if you will, saying different things on it that identify it as sovereign coinage.
That's a great point. So I guess this is a good time to talk about what would be the best types of silver for barter. So what would be your number one, Yankee?
I think it's right here. Junk at the bottom here. These quarters. I got some half dollars. And my favorite, dimes.
Yes.
I think that's probably my number one when it comes to barter silver.
Yep. I would agree. Dimes are my favorite. In fact, that is what I used when I bartered for the ammo. It was mercury dimes. And that is one thing I will say is that people are probably more willing to take a mercury dime because they don't even have to look at the date. They know right away it's silver. They know the value.
Now, there's more wear on these. We're not going to get too far into that topic, but definitely less silver in some of the older ones tends to be if it's been circulated more. But you're right. You just look at it. Yeah, it's legit. So
and I will say, Hero Bullion, actually, they've got a sale going on right now. It's on their Silver Walking Liberty $half, and it's for $1 face value, 22.7x, which is actually compared historically, it seems like wow, it's a crazy price because way back in the day, I mean, we were buying this for nothing, but right now this is actually very well priced compared to a lot of the other dealers out there.
I think I showed you this before, SD, but just let me say, like long time ago, it was a lot cheaper. This is back in 1981. I still have my receipt when I was a 15-year-old kid buying silver dimes, 9-to-1, $9 face, $7.50 face in the early 80s. And my dad loved dimes. He got me onto silver dimes. He said, that's what's going to be probably the most barter efficient.
That's incredible.
I've never forgotten that to this day.
So if you guys wanted to check out Hero Bullion, then here it is. And there will be a link down below in the description. But this is you only have to buy $1 face value to get this price. You don't got to buy, $100 face value, a big old bag, and you get the same price if you buy $1 or $5, etc. So really, really cool that they're doing that there.
Cool.
And what other types would be good? I think it probably goes without saying eagles. Those are going to be, maybe not. Maybe the king, maybe not. What do you think? I mean,
eagles, maples are probably two of my favorite, but they're government minted bullion. They're sovereign silver.
Absolutely, right? Absolutely. And speaking of sovereign silver, the cheapest right now that I was able to find was actually the Britannias, and such a beautiful design over at Hero Bullion. They got them for $27.97 is the as low as there, and that's an incredible price right now.
Wait a minute, is this on the 2022s? Are they out yet?
That's the 2022s, baby, in stock.
A lot of places they're still. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Absolutely.
That's a great price.
So if you want to get some sovereign bullion coins, really good deal on those. And honestly, I would say when it comes to sovereign bullion in general, it's not going to matter so much what type it is. I mean, you could have Krugerrand, and people, they're going to trust that stuff in SHTF. So it doesn't really matter the type. You might get a little bit more for your eagles because traditionally those do better. But as far as maples and the rest of them, to me, it's not going to matter.
Right, right. Yeah, is that it for the best type?
Yeah, I mean, I guess other than that, probably you got your 1 ounce rounds.
Oh,
Those
yeah, yeah, yeah. What am I thinking? Yes, rounds.
Yeah, I mean, rounds are they're so cheap in general, and a lot of people are going to have them, right? Especially
True.
The buffalo rounds. So I think if you wanted to barter with those, you wouldn't have any problems at all. And they are, in the 1 ounce denomination, so
Right.
great
There you
option
go.
there.
Can I shift gears just for a moment and talk about probably two elephants in the room when it comes to this whole SHTF bartering scenario?
Absolutely.
The first thing that I hear is that, wait a minute, no one is going to want your silver when they're starving. They're going to want food, shelter, protection. They're going to want other supplies. What are you talking about? And I think it's important that we clarify this. I believe that the very first thing that will occur is barter with supplies. Supplies, goods for goods. So I have eggs, I need a hammer, we make the exchange, or whatever it is
Right.
that people are after. That becomes untenable at some point. People are not going to want to walk around with a chicken eggs looking for someone who wants eggs that has a hammer. Eventually, this is the whole reason we have currency. Eventually, after the initial SHTF, currency will come back, but there won't be a trust in the currency, the dollar. That is the SHTF scenario that I'm planning for. It's a really, probably more correctly said, a post SHTF scenario.
The rebuilding.
The rebuilding, there will be, and I believe this has been money in the past, gold and silver. I think it's going to be again. I think the roundness of a coin, we're hardwired to see that as real money. And there will be barter eventually with this stuff. The second thing that I hear a lot is that no one's going to understand this is silver, Yankee.
Oh, not true.
This is not. No, I think you touched on it earlier. The education.
Right.
It's going to happen. It's happened in Venezuela. It's happened in other places. Initially, they don't know. Just like going to the coffee shop, they didn't know what an American Silver Eagle was. But when they're looking for food and people are exchanging this stuff, they're going to learn to look at the side of a Benji, or better yet, the side of a Kennedy. They're going to know what the date is. They're going to look at this and go, okay, yeah, now I understand. So I think that's the other thing. The education piece is going to eventually occur.
Yeah, and I think the other thing too with SHTF, is it ever going to happen in our lifetimes? One thing I like to say, and I know a lot of people out there have this motto as well, you got to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. So you have to prepare, right? And that's what prepping is. So I'm going to ask you, Yankee, point blank, do you think we will have SHTF in our lifetimes? And if you have to say, how likely do you think it is? What's your opinion?
Well, I'm going to give you my percentage.
Okay.
In my lifetime, I think we have a 1 in 3 chance of seeing this scenario play out.
Wow.
I know. I hope I'm wrong. Like you said, I'm praying literally and figuratively that it won't happen. But this is insurance. This is something that I feel is very important for people to do at some level, right? And it's not the only thing. I do a whole prepping series on my channel, and I tell people this is not the first thing to prep. Right. You prep food, you prep water, you prep heat, you prep electricity, you prep ammo, supplies, all the other things that are critical to prep for. But this, from a currency standpoint, I believe is very important to do as well.
And I will say too, I know there's a lot of people out there who are just silver stackers. I look at myself as a collector. I like to buy the collectible stuff and have fun with it. But deep down, I'm a silver stacker. And
Right.
even if you're not a prepper, like I don't consider myself a prepper, but you should still have some of these different types of silver that would be good for barter if you ever need to use them. So the junk silver, the 1 ounce stuff, don't just have your stack be all 100 ounce bars. You got to diversify your stack. So there you go.
Can I put you on the spot? I said 33% chance.
Okay.
What's your take? Are you as pessimistic as I am?
Oh my goodness. Will we have SHTF in my lifetime? Well, I will say I'm a little bit younger than you, Yankee, so I don't know how long my lifetime is going to be, but it seems like it is possible. I would say there is some chance. If I had to give it a percentage, my goodness, I'd probably say 10 to 20%. I mean, I don't really foresee it happening, but it definitely is possible. It's something that is on my mind, and I am preparing for it. Hopefully it never happens, but I'm preparing for it.
Good for you.
So I think that was a great discussion. I hope everyone enjoyed listening today, and we'll see you next time on Silver Pros.
Stack like a pro.
Awesome. And if people are here live, we're going to be taking your questions now, and we will be doing a giveaway, so don't go anywhere.
If people are here, we got 206, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you guys for listening to that, joining us. And I'm sorry if we missed a bunch of questions in the chat. Now's your chance, right?
Absolutely. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. And we got one right here. You guys want to discuss, you think the Fed will pass the $600 inflow-outflow transaction? You think they'll be only concerned with bigger companies, don't file W-2s? What do you think, Yankee? Is that...
Well, they're already amending it, trying to go for 10 grand now. I think there's a lot of pushback on this, but still, 10 grand is still wrong. Okay.
Well, it's basically already 10 grand, right? I mean, if I buy silver for more than 10 grand, I got to fill out the form.
Yeah, it's more than that, though, SD. In fact, actually, I interviewed my bullion dealer, Tim, and he broke it down, and I'm going to be dropping a video next week on it, because it's more than just, buying something for 10,000. It is whatever the balance is. It's any type of transaction, an aggregate for the year. So they break it down over months, and if it adds up, they're going to be able to go in and look. And it's just wrong.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Oh my God. Well, this is just getting ridiculous. I mean, I get it. They're trying to nickel and dime everyone.
No, they're trying to say all of us are tax cheats.
Right. Well,
okay. Oh,
it's pretty ridiculous. And well, what do you...
I hope not. Here, will silver hit $25?
At some point, I have 100% certainty at some point that will happen. Will it happen tomorrow? Will it happen in a few years? I don't know, but it will happen.
Yep, I agree.
Here we got one from Mahogany. I stacked 25 Britannias. What should I do next?
Celebrate. That's awesome. Do you have a tube? Do you have a tube for them?
Yeah. Do those go in a 25 tube? Yankee?
Good question.
Because I know the Maples do.
I just bought a tube.
We can turn it over to the chat. What do the Britannias go? Is it a tube of 20 or a tube of 25?
It's 20, I think. It's not 25. 25? That's like a maple.
Maple
it's not
only.
This big. Yeah, I don't think it's that big. Yeah. But two dudes plumbing things. Okay, well, I guess I'm wrong.
Yankee.
I always buy them individually. I don't buy them by the tube. I fill the tubes, but they're generic tubes, and I just put as many as I want to put in, and I picked 20.
Yeah, clearly. I think the chat's they're flooding it with 25.
Yeah, they overruled me. It's 25, just like a maple leaf tube.
I want to say Silver King Stacking, thanks for the 5 spot, says you guys are awesome, just saying. And we will still do the giveaway here in a bit, but we want to get to your questions, because that's the main part. That's the main thing about being live, is we actually interact with you guys. And so it's more than just us talking about this topic here. But XRP Bull says, would anything besides silver be more important to barter?
Oh, my word.
Food?
I think I touched on it a little bit. Yeah. It's one of the lower prepping items in priority for me.
So,
Food,
so garden.
water. To barter with, though?
MREs.
I think you'll want to barter with coffee, tobacco, alcohol. Not that I have a stash of alcohol that I'm going to barter with, but there are a lot of different things that people desperately need or feel like they need.
and ammo.
Ammo. I know I don't want to give up ammo though. That's barter for it. I might barter for it, but
Right.
yeah, I have a stockpile of that stuff, and I really wouldn't want to barter with it. But it is definitely a barter item, no question.
We got one here from D Ballard. Will silver premiums decline soon? Oh man, I wish.
I don't think so. I think they're going to go up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really hard to say because we don't obviously know, but the sentiment I think out there is that they're going to go up.
I see some really good stuff in here though. Propane, sugar, salt, critical, and seeds, especially heirloom seeds. If you guys haven't prepped with, you gotta have heirloom seeds and sprouts. Those are really important. But yeah, I can see there's some really good stuff out there. Yeah.
Okay, I got
feminine products.
I got to answer this one here real quick.
Go. Okay, go.
From Cajon Rasavong. Any sales going on Black Friday? Okay, I'm not a huge fan of AppMex. I'm going to talk to Jake at Hero Bullion, see what he's going to do. We'll get back to you on Hero Bullion. I think they're going to do something cool. But
I can't believe you even said them.
Hold on. The reason I bring up AppMex is every single year they will do spot deals, and they only have like literally 50 items. So if you want to get one, it's extremely hard to do is what I'm trying to say. I've been successful the last 2 years.
Right.
But it's going to be a battle. We'll talk to Hero Bullion and see what they're going to do.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you guys.
Yeah, that's important. I'd love to know if they're going to do anything for Black Friday. That would be cool.
What's the cannon?
What's the cannon? The cannon's in my vault. Sorry. It's a tube of 1 ounce gold American Eagles that I bought back in 2009 when gold was $1,000 an ounce.
That's awesome.
It was a tough one. That was a tough one to buy.
Here's a question that I actually don't know the answer. I guess it could go either way. But XRP Bull says, in a collapse, will there be cryptocurrency still, or does SHTF imply no internet?
Oh boy.
And I actually recently mentioned this in a video that there are some cryptos you don't need the internet for, but you will need a power source. And so it's going to depend on the scenario. I would say likely, if the internet goes down, wow, I hope you got, that's bad, right?
I should have added that to the list of SHTF scenarios that could occur. And it doesn't always have to be, the stock market crashes. It could be an EMP, an electromagnetic pulse that either is done man-made or through a coronal mass ejection from our sun, which definitely we're overdue to see and have happened to us. That could knock out power. Every transformer blows up. We could be months, if not years, before we can get the grid back up.
Or the government has the internet kill switch.
The internet kill switch, yeah. It's just rogue actors, cyber terrorism. If
there's no internet, how are they going to watch YouTube? I
don't think I'll be worried about YouTube if that happens.
I know, it's kind of joking. There's a question on Bitcoin. I actually just posted a video on that, so if you want to go check it out, I talked for like 15 minutes on it.
It's a good one. Yep.
Can anyone have too much constitutional? How much is too much? Oh man,
that's a tough one.
If you can't get out of your house, you have too much.
Oh man, I'm sure there's a limit, but it's a pretty high one.
Yeah,
Can you imagine? I mean, I don't have the website, but there was an interesting site, a picture of a sign that said, a gallon of gas for a dime, and it was a silver dime. So
wow.
that's interesting. I mean, can you imagine? Somebody knew the value. That guy, that owner knew the value of gas, and he was willing to part with it for silver dimes.
Wow.
So
Smart
yeah.
move.
So I don't know how much you're going to need, even if if that's something you want to buy with gasoline. I think from a power standpoint, that's another scenario, another prep that's so important to have. So you need to have a generator or a second source of power to heat and to power your house.
Real quick, I just want to say Squirrel Stacking is asking a good coin shop over here in the Portland, Oregon area. I like to go to Center Street Gold and Silver in Tigard. Check them out. Tell Dennis that Silver Dragon sent you. And if you're over on the East Coast, Yankee, where do you like to go? I think we all know that by now. But
the coin and stamp shop, bro.
That's where it's at. Say hi to Tim. Make sure you get a photo.
Yep, absolutely. Sometimes he calls me. Hey, I got a Yankee Stacking follower here. He wanted to say hi. And I'm at work. I'm like, oh, hi. It's pretty funny. Make hard liquor, gas, or distill water for drinking. Yeah, water is the most important thing. You can go 30 plus days without food. You can't go 3 days without water. So water. Make sure you have a second source, filtration, all important preps. Yeah.
How about we got one here. How do you think silver, gold, and really any precious metal hold up to crypto as different governments pick up on it? Man, I mean that's a whole topic of a video there. I mean, wow, I don't even know. I feel like in general, I can't really understand what the question is. Are they saying governments pick up on crypto?
Yeah, I don't know. It's CBDCs. That's what we got to fear.
No doubt.
I don't want to go down that. I'd rather talk about what like doing things cheap said. How will people know value of silver in an SHTF
There
scenario?
we go.
It's a great question.
Excellent question. And again, if we have no internet, they'll have to learn somehow.
People to people. I think it's going to be an organic education that occurs. And I don't think it's going to necessarily happen. It's not going to happen initially. It's going to take a while. People are going to be standing in line, waiting for the government to rescue them, waiting for the handouts of food and water and all that. And if you remember Katrina, I'm telling you, the government is not going to come and save you when this thing goes sideways. When it really, really happens, you have to have not just your own preps, but you're going to need a community of people to be able to work together to survive and to get through the days. And I think at that point, after things start to stabilize a little bit, currencies will be needed. And it's going to be, in my opinion, silver and to some extent gold.
And Silver King Stacking here says, got to be able to carry it with you, man. I mean, that's another thing too, right? What are you going to do?
Bugging out?
If you got a ton, like let's say you're one of these heavy stackers, you got over, I would say over 10,000 ounces, you're a heavy stacker, right?
Yep, I agree.
That's big time. Are you going to bury it? I mean, what are you going to do?
If you get to a certain point where it is that large, I advocate having pockets of it at different places that you can then go to. In other words, carrying that much all at once is going to be a big challenge. The other thing I would say is, depending on where you live, urban, suburban, rural, you may have to choose to bug in and figure out how you're going to make that community work where you're at. I'm glad I'm not living in the city, because then I really would be trying to figure out how to bug out with my precious metals.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny. XRP Bull says, can silver shot be used for barter? It has to be the right person. That's the thing. It's like, can any type of silver be used for barter? Absolutely. Any type could be used, but who's going to be willing to accept it?
I just think that's one of the worst things.
Who's going to take it? I mean, I'm like, hey, this is all 3 9s fine. I promise. Do you want a
Nope,
grain?
I agree. Yep. I from that article, it was interesting is when people are saying, how could you know that it's legit, this gold or silver? And they were saying, you got to hold it. You got to get familiar with it. When you hold silver, I use a pocket pinger. These things are great to be able to test your silver. The sound of silver versus fake stuff, neodymium magnet, a scale. People start to learn how to tell if something is legit. Shot is a tough one. I wouldn't want to have to figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, you could always melt it down and do specific gravity, etc. But to test each little individual piece is practically impossible.
Yep.
So it would be difficult. You can't. It's not like gold where you can kind of bite it. It's not as malleable, right? So
it's true.
It has a certain feel to it. Once you work with it for a while, you kind of know. Like I would accept it, but the vast majority of people wouldn't. And yeah, I was just gonna say, William Marino here says medical supplies is a big one.
Oh, it's huge. It's a whole video that I did just on those types of supplies. You got to have it. I even have fish antibiotics.
Really?
I do.
How about colloidal silver?
Yes, that's a good thing to have as well.
Have you ever made your own?
I've never made my own. I know. Did you make your own?
I haven't done it, but I know some people in the community. Glenn Cox.
Yes.
He has made his own colloidal silver. I'm sure some of the people in the chat right now, if you just want to say, yes, I've made my own, I'm curious how many people have done it. But I've watched tutorials. I haven't tried it yet. I know you can buy it pre-made, but I would rather make it, Yep. You will need a tool, though, to test the parts per million if you make it yourself, because you don't want to mess it up.
Something else I wanted to mention too is skills. You got to have some skills, not just like I'm an IT tech, right? Whoop-de-doodly-doo in an SHTF scenario, right? It's provided a great living, but you got to know how to mend your clothes. You got to know how to fish. I love fishing. These are skills that are important. There's a whole bunch of stuff and that could be used, and you could barter your skills as well. So it's really important. Should I get a gun? Asks Mahogany Coon.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, that's getting real. But yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Exercise
and
your Second Amendment right.
Get skills. Practice.
Absolutely. Get to the range. Hopefully,
to the range.
Unless you're living in a place that you can just sit out in the backyard and shoot. But yes, I mean, you definitely need to practice.
Absolutely. Speaking of fishing and silver salmon, they're running right now. The coho.
Oh, nice.
I got a buddy who just reeled one in today. I'm a little jealous. I wish I was out there.
There was another question. People don't give importance, but just turn the light switch off for a moment and everyone will realize just how important it is. Amen to that, content creator. We actually did a little test at my house, sort of like a prep test, right? Mm-hmm. No power, click, main goes off. Let's go. How are we going to do it? How are we going to get our food? How are we going to, it's one of those things you just do occasionally. And I'll tell you, just yanking the internet out from the kids, we're like, oh, it's got real, right? And then we're playing games and got a fire going. I mean, it's just, you have to think, right. What are you going to do when the lights go out? And what if they go out not just for a day or two, like we get a winter storm, a blizzard or something goes out, whatever. I've had it out for, I think the longest I've had it out was 10 days. What if it's 10 months?
Oh, man. If it's 10 months, it's going to get real out there.
Yeah.
It's going to be rough. It's going to be really, really rough.
Yeah, and panic will set in. I mean, it doesn't take long for people. I mean, yes, there'll be people that are generous and helpful and loving and all supportive and all that. But when your stomach is starving and your little kid can't get food, that is when you really have to think, how am I going to protect myself? How am I going to work together with others to be able to protect and support and help each other, right? It's not that it's just me against the world.
Right.
It's got to be, yeah.
And this is one thing we haven't really talked about, but it's important to have a community. If you know farmers, you know people with I guess livestock or a big garden, those would be really great friends to have in SHTF, but also learn to garden yourself. I mean, my goodness, we grow tomatoes and cucumbers and stuff, but we don't go crazy with it.
Right. Yeah.
But you got to get those skills for sure.
Absolutely. A little gardening. You just start with a potted, plant, get some tomatoes, heirloom seeds. I'll tell you, that is, first of all, it's dense, it's easy to store, and they're not expensive. Get some.
Absolutely. Here we got one from SC Car Guy. How much is a good size stack? Have over 300 ounce silver, not as much gold. Not a big SHTF guy, but in case, what's enough? I mean, you got a really good start there, brother.
That is a good start.
You got 300 ounces more than most people.
What's Leor's rule of thumb? Do you remember?
He goes 1 year.
1 year.
In gold and then doubles it for silver, doesn't he? Or is it half of that for silver?
I think it was. I don't think it was as much. I like to go 1 full year of precious metals.
Just in general.
In general, lump it together. And my buying ratio used to be 400 ounces to 1. Now it's 200 ounces to 1.
Here's the thing, too. Let's say your lifestyle right now is maybe a little extravagant, but in SHTF, it's not going to be. So you might be able to stretch it even farther when you're not paying for Netflix and all that other stuff. Right?
True, yeah. You get down to the bare necessities, right?
Oh, my goodness.
I feel like singing that song, but I'm not going to. Okay, so best type of silver for SHTF or barter is low premium 1 ounce coins, bars, or rounds, in my opinion. JM, I think 1 ounce is a good one. It's a could be big for some things. That's why I like the fractional constitutional silver. By the way, don't buy fractional silver pieces to stack. Right. Like fractional bullion, a ½ ounce silver, a ¼ ounce silver bullion. That's expensive. If you're going to do that, this is my opinion, but if you're going to do that, go with the constitutional silver. This is the best fractional silver to get, in my opinion. What do you think, SD?
Yeah, if you're going to get fractional, don't even look at fractional rounds or bars.
Yeah,
run. Yeah. Go for the junk. And I will say, too, junk silver used to have a pretty low premium. I mean, we could buy it practically at spot for a long time. And now the premiums are crazy because they can't make any more of this stuff.
That's a really good way to put it. This is finite, right?
Yeah.
Unlike the amount of crypto you can create, this you can't, right? This is it. This is all that's made.
There's a finite amount. So if the bullion dealers want more, they can't get it from a mint. They got to get it from a dude who's selling a stack. So, I mean, that's what the premiums are on it right now. But, hopefully they'll go down. Hopefully there'll be a large, I guess, influx of junk silver, and we can stack more without the premium.
I'm working my way. Is this the opposite way I should have done, SD? But I built my guardhouse box of $50. I'm working on my guardhouse of quarters, and then I'll do my dimes. It's kind of, maybe I went backwards on that, but I started with the harder one first.
Okay, so I know we're kind of getting towards the end here. We should probably get rolling on this giveaway, huh?
Oh, there's one more question for you.
What do you got?
It's coming to you from Nate KM Bowie.
All right.
He wants to know about war nickels.
Yes, I didn't even talk about them. I got them.
I know you didn't, but I know you have a thing for them. So tell me, what do you think?
I love my war nickels. I think that for barter, they're not going to be as easy to barter with as compared to junk silver. However, people will accept them. People will know the value. And honestly, this is probably going to be the first stuff you should get rid of when you barter. This is the first to go. Get rid of the war nickels, get rid of the 40%ers, and then when you run out of that stuff, Then you can move over to the 3-9's fine and the junk. But in general, I would say don't go crazy on it. They're fun, they're cheap, but I wouldn't get carried away. I wouldn't want someone to have like half of their stack be war nickels or 40%ers.
That's not dense at all. You're going to have a
small
whole
portion,
lot of them.
5% of your stack, not a lot, but get some of them, because if I have to part with some of my stuff, that's going to be the first of it. You know what I mean?
Yep. Content creator says it's no joke that a financial collapse is very likely in the next decade or so. I've been thinking that the odds are high on that this decade. Now, we got to be careful here. A crisis is one thing. A collapse is another. Right. We are constantly having crises every few years. I think sometimes the Fed wants it so they can do what they want to do and have an excuse. They're looking for an excuse. So crises occur, but a true reset of a currency, the loss of the dollar, the loss of confidence in the dollar, the loss of the reserve currency status that we have in the world, that is earth-shaking. That would be the most cataclysmic financial monetary event that we've ever seen. And it's not that it doesn't happen to civilizations. It happens all the time. And it's pure hubris to think that the United States could never see that happen because we're the United States. But that is a big deal. When hyperinflation hits, that may not happen in a decade. All right. I don't know, but it may take decades, like you said, whenever. But I think it is coming. We can only play this game so long.
And real quick, I just wanted to say, people said, why get rid of them first? It's to make your stack more dense, because if you do need to bug out, you don't want to be carrying 100 pounds of war nickels.
Right. Oh, I know.
You get rid of.
They call them jingles. you walking down the street with his war nickels.
You always get rid of the least dense stuff first, right? So it would be war nickels first, then 40%ers, then junk, then 3-9's fine, then gold, in that order.
Bingo.
You keep the dense stuff because you can throw it in your pocket and run. All right, let's do this giveaway.
All right, let's do the giveaway. Okay, I need to share my screen here.
Well, people, real quick, if you're watching, type in the chat something. There's 237 people here. Everyone go ahead and just say hi, say enter me into the giveaway. Anything.
Say Yankee is old. Say Dragons rock.
We need to see you typing into the chat, or you won't be entered to win a free Kookaburra, which I will show again real quick.
Yeah, this is really nice.
2022 1 ounce silver Kookaburra for free, thanks to our sponsor Hero Bullion. And I did show these off earlier, but if you wanted to get the Britannias, they have the 2022s in stock, and look at that price. My goodness.
I'm gonna get some.
I'm
absolutely, because I can't win this giveaway. Yes. That's the problem. In stock, I don't know how long that's gonna last.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're gone tonight. I wouldn't, especially with 232 people looking at this. This is a great price, guys. And Kooks, that'd be fun.
The Kookaburras are a great price. They actually do have Coal Eagles right now, which I haven't seen those anywhere.
In the vein of discussion that we've had, this is not a really good prep item. Okay, it's better than some stuff, but it's not.
Yeah, I would even go Britannias for prepping right now, because the price is just.
Oh, they are a great price, aren't they? Yeah.
My goodness.
All right, I'm gonna grab all the names here. I'm going to paste it in here. Everybody can see me paste this. There are the names. Shuffle them up.
Shuffle them.
And spin.
And by the way, I was just gonna say, after this giveaway, we could maybe throw out a sticker.
What do you think, huh?
Yeah, we're here. Let's just spin it twice. This is for the Kookaburra, though.
Kookaburra sits on.
Oh my gosh, Quicksilver!
Oh
my gosh!
Oh! Can he hang on to it? I think he's gonna hang on to it.
Oh my goodness!
Well done,
I almost
Quicksilver.
can't even believe it. I did see you on the wheel, Yankee. You were like 2 away. That's the closest it's ever been to you.
You know, one of these days we're gonna get it.
I know. It is. Everyone, yeah, feel free to put rigged in the chat.
Yeah,
Congratulations,
absolutely.
Quicksilver. Make sure you email me. I know who you are, Quicksilver, but email me and I'll pass on your info to Hero Bullion. We'll make sure that you get that free Kookaburra. And let's spin it again here for a sticker to the chat.
Here we go.
And whoever wins this, make sure you email me as well. silverdragons47@gmail.com.
Yes.
For the sticker.
John Matos, Magic Banding, Steve Woods.
Wow,
I don't
Magic
think so.
almost won twice.
I think Silver Lumberjack has a shot. I think he has a shot. It's gonna be close.
Lumberjack!
It's right down to the line. Yes.
Oh my goodness! I cannot believe Lumberjack and Quicksilver won. These guys are on a roll on the giveaways. Both of them absolutely crushing the giveaways. Wow.
And Champ Stars 9669 says, "Who doesn't trust the wheel?" The rigged is just a fun. It's not really rigged.
Nothing is rigged. It's a joke.
It's legit.
Especially here on my stream, they always say it's rigged.
It's fun. Wow.
So, yeah, that was a lot of fun. If you won, shoot me an email. I'll send out your stuff. And I will say, too, we're going to do this same stream again in 2 weeks on Yankee's channel. So if you're not subscribed to Yankee Stacking, make sure you subscribe to him. And
so who isn't subscribed to me in the chat? I'm just curious. Anyone? Subscriptions are free, by the way. I literally had somebody contact me and say, Yankee, I like you, dude, but I can't afford a subscription. I'm like, dude, it's free. It's okay. And membership's not, but subscription, you can subscribe.
It looks like
you don't want to miss it.
Yeah, we're going to do another giveaway. We're going to have a great discussion. We always have fun on these. We've been doing it for 3 years, for goodness sakes.
I know. Over 3 years. Dude, this is amazing. Longest running collaboration, I think, in YouTube in our community that I know of.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, I just wanted to mention, too, I'm going to have my Halloween auction part 2 tomorrow. And this Grim Reaper is going to go up.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you want to come to my...
Part 2. Yep.
Yes, part 2 is going to be tomorrow. Should be a blast. Yep. Any announcements for you, Yankee, before we wrap it up here?
Ooh, boy. Let me think.
Got some good videos coming out?
I have some great Tim videos. Oh, he pulled me aside and said, dude, we have to talk. Get your camera out. So I'm like, okay, man, let's go.
Nice.
So, yeah, some good videos coming up. Definitely want to check them out. And yeah, Ray Bar, you are a mod on my channel.
Ethy Rice, we're going to pour some gold when I get to 100K subs. So probably...
Sweet.
I don't know. Probably tomorrow, I guess. We'll blow up tomorrow. We'll get it.
When are you gonna pour me another round of my channel bars?
Oh my goodness! I haven't even poured any of mine this year.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
Well, I did 16. I did 16 for my. It's like going to be a low mintage, I think.
Yeah, maybe for Christmas. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll do something fun.
We'll talk. Yeah.
But anyway, we're going to shut it down, guys. We really appreciate y'all hanging out with us. We had a lot of fun. I hope you had fun. And we'll see you next time on Silver Pros.
Stack like a pro.